Hello friends, I am Deepak Yadav and I am here with my next video. In my previous video, as I told you about the political science in Lakshmikant, the chapters and the uh, interlink with the newspaper and interlink the chapters to minimize your time. So in this video, I will just talk about you the as I said the economics. So starting with the economics, that is of basics. So if you want to create your base, so just read the NCRT book, which is one of the best book to create your base, and the language is very simple. So class 9th year NCRT and class 11th year. So I can show the book. This is the book, class 9th year, and this is of class 11th NCRT book. So you can read these book. Now starting with the uh, which book for the economics. So you have seen a lot of suggestions about the books. So my personal opinion is that uh, read that book which you understand. Somebody say Ramesh Singh book for the economics is good. So it is good, but I have not taken that. I have just switched on to the Sri Ram notes of IES, which is of 19. There are 19 chapters in Sri Ram IES. So you can just go to that. It is the language of the Sri Ram book. Somebody say that it is very difficult, but I am comfortable with this language, so I take this. So starting with the chapter 1, that is of economy and introduction. So it is just about the GDP and GNP and what is national income and how we can calculate the national income and NNP, what is GDP. So it is just a basic part. Second chapter is of socio-economic planning, that is of planning commission, and now it is being replaced by the Niti Aayog. So what was the previous year planning and how the planning commission is changed with the Niti Aayog. So you have to read all this, that Modi government, why the Modi government is changed, and what is National Development Council and Niti Aayog. So all that. Chapter third is of fiscal system. So what types of fiscal system is there? What is fiscal deficit? And fiscal deficit is controlled by the government. So all this thing you have to read in this third chapter. Fourth chapter is monetary policy, monetary and credit policy. So it is being governed by the RBI. Now the monetary policy committee is being set up. And this in this year a question is being asked that how many members are there in the monetary policy committee. So there are 6 members, 3 of government and 3 of RBI, and it is being chaired by the governor of RBI. So monetary inflation, both the government as well as the RBI controls the inflation. So what are the steps by which RBI controls the inflation? RCRR, SLR, bank rate, reverse repo rate. So increasing or decreasing these things changes the inflation. So you have to read in this inflation part how the RBI changes. Sixth is taxation. So I want to tell this that the fiscal system and inflation, these part are in there are two parts also. So you don't have to read, you have to read both the parts, but smartly. Don't read unnecessary things. You can just switch to the Hindu book, the Hindu newspaper or Indian Express, whatever you follow. So whatever in the news, you just mark that and connect with the your economics. So guys, next chapter 6, that is taxation. So taxation is also in two parts, 6th and 18th. So there are two chapters of taxation. So you have to just read the GST part. That is it is in 18th chapter, GST. So you just read the GST. How many tax slabs are there? What is GST? And from 1st July it has been implemented. So in this book it has not written that, but there are some there are some points which you have to read that. And after guys, if you read the newspaper and if you doesn't find in your book that topic, so the internet is the best source. So you can search in the internet, and you just go to the internet and search it there. Seventh is money market and capital market. What is the difference between money market? If you invest your money less than 1 year in any policy, whether it is a government or private or any, so that is money market. Or if you invest the money in the long term, that is more than 1 year, so it is called capital market. So how it is different and what are all these, so you have to read it. Chapter is a stock market, what is Sensex, Nifty, and how who all are bulls and bears, and all the countries Sensex, all the countries stock market names you have to be reading. Ninth is public sector. What are the advantage and disadvantage of public sector? Public sector is in some sectors the public sector is important, in some sectors the privatization should be implemented. So what are the advantage of disinvestment to the government? You have to all read all these things. 10th is IMF and WTO. So in the 10th chapter, you just there are the world organization, so you have to read this because it is every time in the news. Any suggestion given by IMF must be read in, or World Bank, or whatever the action the IMF and World Bank is taking, so these all things have to be read in. What is WTO and World Trade Organization, and when did the India became the part, and what are the working of WTO, how it works, so all these things. 11th chapter is of WTO. 12th is of poverty and equality, so it is also be read in the, so it is a basically of mains part. So these questions of poverty and equality especially comes in the mains. 13th is of balance of payment. So what is export and import, how India deals with the balance of payment by purchasing dollar, and dollar is a hard currency and Indian rupee is a soft currency. So purchasing a dollar and giving it to the foreign countries for buying the like crude oils and other things. So by this India do the balance of payment. 14th is infrastructure. What types of infrastructure? Transport infrastructure, communication infrastructure, energy infrastructure, and etc. So you have to read all these things. 15th is of agriculture. France agriculture sector is in how it contributes to the GDP, and it is currently in the news. The state governments of all the state like UP, Maharashtra, West Tamil Nadu has low farmers loan weavers. It gives the it provides the loan. It gives the farmers loan weaver to the banks. So how it is affects our economy, or what are the effects of that. 16th is of banking system. So banking system is in India, what is the role of RBI, and the private bank, public sector banks, RRBs, and when did the RBI become nationalized, and when did the state becomes nationalized. Currently in 1st April, State Bank is merged with its subordinate banks. So what is the name of that banks, and when did they were formed? So you have to read all the background also, because they are in currently news. For friends, whatever there is in the news, you have to read that the current the background also, and what is present scenario, and what will and how it affects our future. So you have to read and understand that. 16th is of banking system, and 17th is also inflation. So there are many chapters, 3 or 4 chapters which are twice. So you have to not twice, they are different. In the 5th chapter inflation, and in 17. So in 5th chapter the basics are giving of inflation. In 17 the government role is given. So you have to read smartly. The basics should be written and the government control. But which year of government control? This year, 2017 year, government control you have to read. So by how you can get the news? So you can get the news from the newspaper or any other online websites, so you can get that. 18th is of taxation in India, that is of GST. 18 you have to read the GST part, you have to read taxation. In 19 is of banking system, so it is also another part. So friends, you have to read the economics very much carefully and connect with the newspaper, because newspaper is very much important. And seriously, if you don't read the newspaper, you will never understand what is going on in the news, in the economy, especially for the economics. The newspaper is very very much important, because the questions are directly taken from newspapers also. So you have to just read the newspaper for economic point of view, business point of view, and the government which actions it takes, or whatever the government takes the action, you have to read in all that. So guys, I'm ending this video here only. In my next video I will talk about the history, modern India, how you can read the modern India, Bipin Chandra, the chapters of that. And the newspaper for history also is important, so I will tell about how the newspaper is important to the history point of view also. So guys, I'm ending this video. So thank you, and I hope that you will like it, and share this video to all the aspirant of UPSC 2018, 19 as well as 20. So guys, thank you.